I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma,
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas.
and this is episode 86 of the Don't You Two Read podcast. Hi, guys. So, we had a little break and now we're back, and we're here to talk about what we read in May. And I'll just warn you, I didn't read very much, so it's not going to be a very long episode, I don't think. But anyway, on that note, Hannah, how are you? How's your reading been? I know I'm trying to think how long you've been back in town. About a week almost back home.
Okay, listen, in the last 2 weeks, I have read, 4 or 5 books? For me, that is half of what I normally would read in that span of time. I was just looking back at the last book I finished, and I was thinking, what? I feel like I'm reading so slow right now for how I typically read, but also, it's fine. It's summertime, and adjusting to that has been fun.
Do your kids stay up later in the summer?
Yes.
Like, do you have a bedtime, or no? It's
Um,
just kind of like whenever you're done.
with my youngest, he is 3, so I keep the bedtime pretty good with him right now. They can both handle later at this point, which is nice.
Yeah.
The older one kind of just stays up until it's like you're acting crazy and then you have to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I feel like 9 o'clock is kind of the limit because like he wants to stay up to watch the basketball games, the finals,
Oh.
and he tapped out. He was like, "I'm tired," so he put himself to bed.
Noelle will never. I think halftime last time we were like, all right, goodbye. I don't know if she's ever put herself to bed unless she's sick.
Both of my kids do. They're like, "I'm so
I don't.
tired."
Yeah, no. Obviously, I have a baby who is 9 weeks, almost
Mhm.
10. So she goes to bed now. We're starting now to actually get down a routine. So she goes to bed around 7 to 9. So like around that time she goes to
That's
bed.
nice.
But we're trying to get it. I mean, it doesn't always land on the same time, but we're trying to put her bedtime around that time. And then we'll see what happens when she wakes up again. And then Noelle is 8. And yeah, she doesn't really have a bedtime in the summer, but I mean, like you said, around 9 is when I'm like 8 to 9, but it's hard because it doesn't get dark.
But does she sleep in?
Yes.
Okay, she sleeps in. Mine will not. So that is why, like, I know sometimes if I enforce bedtimes, I know sometimes people they give me a look, like judgy look, but I'm like, you know what?
I don't know why you would judge for that.
Because it's like, oh, you put them to bed so early. But I'm like, they're gonna wake me up so early. So no,
Mhm.
it's time.
She has a bedtime in the fall, for sure. In the summer, she still goes to bed. We don't let her stay up all times. By 9
Yeah.
o'clock, if she's still up, usually we're like, all right, go to bed.
Yeah.
But I brought that up because that has affected my reading too,
Yeah.
is like someone being attached to my side at all times.
Mhm.
At all times. I was telling Hannah, I think I told you that. I went to work out. I work out at home, but it was in the other room, and my baby was asleep, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work out. Noelle was like, I'm gonna do it with you. I'm gonna be with you the entire time.
It's like giving DW.
Yeah, yeah. I told her that the other day. I was like, "Hey, do you know who DW is?" I said, "Because you behave like her a lot."
Only the good things.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah.
I will say she has been pretty good this summer. Like I say as a joke about DW because
Mhm.
she can joke around, but she's around me all the time. It was not a joke. Like that part's not a joke.
Mhm.
So,
Does she get quiet time or no?
um, usually she won't nap, but I've been making her read for like 20 minutes.
I'm like, send her out. When the younger one goes to nap, the older one goes to quiet time. And I'm like, during quiet time, you can read, you can listen to your Yodo, do art, whatever, but do not come get me unless you are injured, basically. And he
Yeah.
does. He does, and he does great. Like I know today he was like, can I just not and just be with you? And I'm like, no. Mm-mm. Sorry, pal. No. It's for all of our sanity. Just go have some quiet time and then, we'll get back to it.
We're just getting used to me staying at home.
Yeah.
So usually I'm working and then I'll come home and we like pick up. But now I'm home, and so it's been a weird adjustment.
And you have to like pace yourself when you're all day.
Yeah, I'll make her read, and then and she has her summer school, which again, it sounds so mean. I say summer school, 2 pages of worksheets.
We're doing science and then summer school. Like it's a 15-minute lesson.
Yeah, Noelle
So
has the
it's
same
not bad.
thing. And she's working on her penmanship because it's terrible. But
Mm.
then we also do 20 minutes of reading, and
Mm-hmm.
then she can do kind of whatever she wants. I don't really care. But then at some point, like second, third nap or whatever, I'm like, all right, you can do something quiet. You can color, you can lay down and watch a documentary,
Mm-hmm.
or you can read. And usually she'll color. But anyway, so it's just been crazy. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm still finding my rhythm. I think that's why I'm struggling with reading. But anyway, um, what are you reading right now?
Okay, so I am almost done with Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Where are you at? Like what do you know what chapter?
I know I'm like 80%.
You're not at the final trial or whatever.
Oh, I know where I'm at. No, I'm at the pensieve where I almost said Gandalf. No.
Potato, potato.
Professor Dumbledore shows him in his little water basin about
Yeah.
um all that. And so I'm at that part. We've talked about this off air. I've enjoyed it, but it has been a more stressful reading for me. And I told Hilary, I think it's just because my life has kind of been stressful right now. And I'll just TMI, I don't care. Whenever I am in the week before my period, I feel lower. I'm just a downer, more than usual. And I do think that picks up sometimes in my books where I'm like, oh, I think I need a lighter, happier read because when it is like a sad or like depressing vibe of a book, I think I like soak that vibe in like emotionally. So then I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So Harry Potter's going through it in that book, but I still love it. So that I'm almost done with that. And it has been good. It's long. I told Hilary that too. I was like, it's longer than it looks like. It feels long, but anyway.
Yeah, I was telling Taylor, I finished it and I said, I mean, I loved it. It's like you said, it's super long. Like I feel like it's almost, is it 700 or 800 pages? I don't know. It's over 700, I think. Quite long. And I told him it was really sad, like overall,
Hmm.
really sad and dark. And he's like, I mean, you knew that. I'm like, yeah, I did. But like sometimes you think about the Harry Potter story like as a whole.
Hmm.
And then I said, I forgot that it was like that in this one. I remember there being death, but it wasn't the same. It was, I don't know. I just didn't realize this is where all the darkness started. I thought it started later, like in the later books.
I knew it because everything with the last round of the Triwizard Tournament is when like it all goes down. But even before that, yeah, you're dealing with even things that are not that serious.
Estrangement.
Yes, and then how Harry is having a lot of like the early teenager, like he's starting to like Cho,
Mhm.
and then oh, he asks her to dance and she says no. That was painful. And
Yeah, a lot of emotions.
Ron being mad, thinking he's lying, that was the worst for me. I was like, oh, I can't handle it. It's just so
Hmm.
sad. So there's parts that just are they are sad. Still good.
And then it gets really dark. I told Hannah at a certain point, I was like, okay, it officially became not a kid's book anymore.
Yeah. So wait, so what are you reading now that that's done?
I am reading The Shippers by Katherine Center.
Oh yeah.
I am 28% in. I just started it today.
You've been loving it though.
Yeah, I feel like I just read a ton of big books and like this one, it's like normal sized. And so I was like, what? I'm already like a third.
That is really crazy when that happens.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of a good, like you're really enjoying it.
Hmm.
But I think it's funny if you guys haven't listened to our last episode, was it the last one? Yes, of One Stars.
Hmm.
I feel like this book has a lot of those elements. Like the boat, it's on a boat.
Oh
But okay,
yeah.
but they're not sailing the boat. They're on a cruise ship. So that feels
Mm.
different. But they're on a boat. It's on the summer, and I think people have talked about it being a beach read. Someone else called it like outrageous, right? Was it that?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say that.
And I was like, oh
Unhinged.
no. Yeah, I'm like, I don't like any of those things.
Hmm.
But we've said sometimes those are the things that surprise you
Hmm.
that you're like, you're going into it like, I don't, I had a hold on it. And then I saw these things and I'm like, oh, I almost canceled my hold,
Mm.
but it came available as soon as I finished Harry Potter, and I was like, nah, I'll try it, whatever. And so I'm enjoying it. I will update you guys on it probably in our June recap, but so far I'm liking it.
Do you feel like you have a higher tolerance for like a light, like that silly, outrageous light read? Do you feel like you have a higher tolerance for that after a more serious book?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I
the
do.
Harry Potter felt so serious, and then my life is not like Harry Potter's life.
You're like, oh, my life.
It's been a rough
Yeah.
couple weeks, just like with sickness and lack of sleep, just everything. So I'm just like after Harry Potter, I am going to go into Order of the Phoenix. Wait, that is the next one. Yes.
Mhm.
But before that, I was like, I need something to lift my mood. And
Mhm.
but I also don't read a lot of contemporary romance. So I feel like I am a little bit more forgiving there too, because
Mm.
I don't, I mean, this might be the first romance I've read all year.
That's crazy. I'm like, that's what's wrong. You're like, I don't know what's wrong with my reading. I'm like, there it is for
Hmm.
free.
I don't think I've read a romance all year. So,
Okay, so in May, well, before I jump to May, if you're here, it's still technically the beginning of the episode. Please go follow, like, our podcast. What am I trying to say?
you're like, where are we?
Yeah, our podcast, wherever you're listening, if you could subscribe or follow, it helps you know when we have new episodes going up, and also it helps us and just our podcast get into other readers and their recommendations. So we appreciate it. And now I'm jumping into May. So in May, did you have like a favorite book, or was it all just kind of meh again?
Let me look. I'm like, let me see. I didn't read very much. I only read a few books. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah, start with that. How many did you read? And then did you have any DNFs?
No DNFs. I haven't had a DNF in a long time, but I haven't read that many books. So let's see. Only a few books, but a lot of pages. Okay, a surprising love was Emerald of the Sea. I think I
Mm-hmm.
talked that I was reading that. I really love that one. I did rate that 5 stars just because
Mm.
I couldn't think of anything wrong with it. I don't know. I just really enjoyed my time. I think we were talking about that, like seeing people talk about that. Like 5 stars means I just really enjoyed my time the whole time and I don't have any complaints about it. Yeah, I enjoyed my time a lot. And so I was surprised. That one was a recommendation I talked about from Faith, and I need to listen to the second one. I just haven't been going a lot of places. I've kind of been locked in at home. And so
Mm.
usually I listen to audiobooks like when I'm driving or running errands and stuff, but I do plan to listen to the second one. That was definitely a high point for me.
Okay, so most of my books this month were like they were fine. They were fine. I had a few that I really liked. I had a few rereads that I loved. What was it? Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I loved that. And then
That too. Yes, that I loved that.
and It's a Wonderful, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year reread. I loved that also. My other one, The Shattered King duology. This is by Charlie N. Holmberg, and this was solid. I really liked this. It was recommended. I saw the book script. She had a post for Romantasy recommendations, and that was on there. And I had like so many people send it to me, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I really liked this duology. I'm kind of surprised I don't see it more. I think it's popular, but I just don't see more people talking about it like in the no spice realm. Because this one I think is one that you can like find, at the store or wherever. I'm pretty sure that you can find this anywhere. Really liked it. It was really good. The fantasy elements I liked a lot. The romance was like so good. It definitely had that element where I was stressed out wondering how they were going to make it work, which I've said is one of my favorite feelings whenever I'm reading a book like that. I want you to read it.
I was going to ask if that was the one you said I should read.
Yes, I think you would like it. So I like that one a lot. It was really good. And then another one that I was going to say is like more of a conversation starter. So I loved it was what was it? It's part of the Lochlan no, the Lochlan Treaty series.
I remember you loving that series.
Okay, but hold on. It's very confusing because they have the Lochlan Feud series and then they have the Lochlan Treaty series. and they're in the same universe. I love the Lochlan feud series, all of it, from start to finish. Love it. I read the Lochlan Treaty series, and I 5-starred book 1 and 2. However, book 3 and 4, I did not. I felt like it took a big decline. And so my question, I guess, for you, does that alter your opinion of the first book? If like you loved it, but then you didn't like the rest, does it taint it to you?
Yes, yes, because the initial one I'm thinking of is by Brigid, Kemmerer, Defy the Night. I was just talking to you about that when we were
Yes.
at Barnes& and Noble. I love that book. Loved it. I think I've read that book like 2 or 3 times because I think I read it first time, and then the next book came out and I read it again, and
Mm.
then the third book came out and I read it again.
Oh my gosh.
And so I love like 5 stars book 1. Book 2 was like, I don't remember if it was like 4, but I still really liked it. And then book 3 came out and I was like, I don't know if I rated it like 2 stars
Oh no.
or I hate it. Like I did not like it for many, many reasons. And I was like, I can't even recommend any of these. None of it. I can't like the first book's 5 stars. I wouldn't even read it again because
Because you just know where it goes.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm just so disappointed in all the characters and where the story landed. And yes.
It's so sad.
No.
That happened to me with the Prison Healer trilogy. First one, I remember I marked it and I'm like, this will be a favorite for the year. And then I did not love the second one and I really didn't like the third one. And so then I was like, I don't even want to say that book 1 is a favorite. It's not anymore. To me, it's not. And then the same with this series where I loved book 1 so much, but then after seeing how the entire journey, like how the plane landed, to me it is so important. And so then if I didn't like how it ended, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want I'm like it will not be on my May favorites. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Prisoner of Azkaban, also a favorite. I don't even know. I mean, I can do whatever I want, but I don't know if I would list it on like the monthly favorites or yearly favorites or anything, but it has been like a favorite experience for sure because it has like the vibes that I think of Sorcerer's Stone, but you kind of see it with Hogsmeade, like the vibes of the Christmas. I think it's during Christmas and Halloween. Like you get a lot of Halloween vibes and Christmas vibes and the candy shop and the joke shop and like you get a lot of setting and atmosphere, but you also get a good story. I don't know, I really enjoyed that reading experience too. One that was just okay for me was This Story Might Save Your Life by Tiffany Crum. That was like I don't know if you've seen it. It's everywhere, like a
Mhm.
thriller.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a thriller. It's more of a mystery. It was just okay. Everyone is like, that is the best book I've ever like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like that at all. I feel like it was fine. I enjoyed it. I think I read it like 3.5. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time, but it was fine. I wouldn't say don't read it. It was not scary, so that's something.
My book that this was not the lowest rated book of the month, but I think it was my most disappointing, Into a Golden Era by Gabrielle Meyer.
Mhm.
I just didn't love it. And that's really it. Is like whenever I'm reading her books, I know it's either going to be like the high stakes, I'm obsessed, or it's going to be, not that. And I don't dislike them when they are not that, but I don't love them. I want them to be a stressful, like, historical time period. I want to feel invested in both timelines because if I'm not, then it kind of takes away the excitement for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was not bad. It was a disappointment for me. And that's it.
Okay, is there anything else about the month of May you want to talk about?
No.
So we're going to try something new. We'll see how it works. Instead of just saying a book that we're looking forward to, more specific and like more pinpointed is like what is something on your hold shelf on Libby right now that you're excited about or looking forward to?
My Libby is like it's not very reliable because so I use Kindle Unlimited a lot, but the book that I have downloaded from
Or you
Kindle
can say
Unlimited,
Kindle. Yeah, I was gonna say you can use Kindle Unlimited too.
I have two that I want to try. I don't know which one I want to actually read yet. One of them is A Bridesmaid's Guide to Murder by Abigail Scott. From what I gather, it is a romance, but it has a murder mystery, which we already know I like. I'm intrigued. And then another one I wanted to try is One Small Spark by Genny Carrick. This is book 2 in an interconnected series. I really liked the first book. I think I did talk about it at some point here about Make Mine Sweet, the guy that had the
Mm-hmm.
prosthetic leg. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is book 2 in that little small town. So I liked the
Okay.
characters. They were side characters in book 1, and then they are the main people in book 2. So I was like, okay, maybe I should do that while it's fresh, in my mind.
Okay. One thing on my hold on Libby is Caller Unknown by Gillian McCalister. That is a book I saw at Barnes and Noble. I did not buy that one. I decided to put it on hold at the library. This is the same author that wrote Wrong Place, Wrong Time, and it's set in Texas. I feel like it's about the blurb said something about like it's a book about motherhood again, but it's about a
Oh,
mom and her college age daughter. I think her daughter goes missing or something,
mm,
and the mom has to rescue her. And so it said it's a book about motherhood and like a thrilling book, which Wrong Place, Wrong Time is also like that, and I
mm-hmm.
really loved it. So I don't know that the reviews are great on this one. I don't know why, but I want to give it a try because I love the other one so much.
Things like that about motherhood and something happens to the kid. Do you mind the age of the kid, or does it to you it doesn't matter?
Yeah, yeah, because that's why I said college age because it won't cause me anxiety. But
Yeah.
there's a book called The Chain out, and I own it, and I bought it forever ago, and I've never read it because it's about like parents whose children get abducted, like your child gets abducted, and someone calls you and says, you can get your kid back if you go and kidnap someone else's kid. And yeah,
Oh
and I
no.
was like, wow, it's a thriller and whatever. And then now I'm like, I don't like I haven't trashed the book, but I'm like in this season, I just don't want to read about like little children
Yeah.
getting abducted. Um, but like for college age, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
That
I don't
doesn't
know.
feel it feels separate enough,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like, our voices are tired, so
Our brains, our bodies,
yeah,
done.
everything's kind of kaput. But come like our episode, come talk to us on Instagram. I'm at Hilary Reads.
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
And our podcast is at Don't Need to Read Podcast. We love you guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.